Let's talk about conjunctive adverbs and how you can diagram them. Now, conjunctive adverbs are not a totally separate part of speech. They're not one of the 8 parts of speech, but they're kind of in between a couple of parts of speech. So they are technically adverbs that function like conjunctions. That might not be too useful, but the main thing to think about is that a conjunctive adverb ties together 2 independent clauses. I have a bunch of examples here of conjunctive adverbs. There are lots more, but as you can look at these, you can see that they are kind of like big conjunctions that tie together really 2 sentences. If you look at our example here, the bus broke down, here we have however, right? And however is taking this sentence and connecting it with the next one. This happened, however, this happened. And so you can see that these conjunctive adverbs, they kind of do that linking work of tying these clauses together. In this case, we have 2 separate sentences, but it can also occur sometimes that we have a semicolon instead, and then we get the conjunctive adverb. Now, what makes the conjunctive adverb different from a regular conjunction is that you can actually move it in the sentence. So you could say, the company will, however, refund us our money. That would be one way to change it here. And one of the interesting things is that when you do place it later in the sentence, then most of the time you put commas around it just to kind of separate it. So if you stuck it in there, you would probably say, the company will, comma, however, comma, refund us our money. This is a judgment call in short sentences, or if you really wanted to flow more, you could drop the commas as well. In terms of diagramming then, what we do with however, as you can see from this example, is we place it with the verb. So we have the company will refund us our money, and we've taken us here to be an indirect object. So we place however as the conjunctive adverb with the verb. Now in this case we've capitalized it because of course it's a separate sentence, but let's pretend that we had a semicolon here instead. So what would you do here? Well, you would have to connect the 2 sentences. So let's do the first clause at the top here. Okay, so we're going to have bus. There we go. The bus broke down. So broke down. We're going to treat this as a phrasal verb, broke down. All of this kind of goes together. And now we need to connect the 2. So we're going to draw this dotted line here, and then this horizontal line, and then we're going to connect the 2 verbs here, as you can see, broke down and will refund. And now our 2 clauses are connected, but of course we need to indicate what the connection is. And we're just going to put an X here, and that indicates that there's not a specific word that connects the 2. So it kind of points to the semicolon. It doesn't say and. If we could kind of say, well, probably the conjunction is and, we could put that in brackets, in parentheses. But in this case, we really have to put an X here because we don't really know what the connecting word might actually be. So this kind of represents the semicolon. The last thing you would have to do, of course, is to make sure that you no longer capitalize however, because now it's not capitalized after a semicolon. And that's how you connect these 2 sentences. So just to recap, when you have a conjunctive adverb like this, place it with the verb, and then if you do need to connect 2 different clauses, as you can see, this is how you do it.